Hi, you're listening Inside the Play. I'm with.
Chris Knox.
Adam Arvashti.
Matthew Wild.
We got a guest on the show today, possibly permanent. Who knows?
We'll see. We got the biggest Bills fan in all of Stafford.
For real.
Nah, bro. All right, I'm gonna read down the scores and we'll get to talking. Pull these up. I accidentally exited out the scores. Oh my god. All right. So on Thursday night we had the Titans Packers. Titans pulled a win 27-17. Sunday Bears Falcons. Falcons win 27-24. Eagles Colts. Eagles win 17-16. Jets Patriots. Patriots win 10-3. Commanders Texans. Commanders win 23-10.
Hey.
Rams Saints. Saints win 27-20. Browns Bills. Bills win 31-23. Panthers Ravens. Ravens win 13-3. Lions Giants. Lions win 31-18. Raiders Broncos. Raiders win 22-16. Cowboys Vikings. Cowboys win 43. Bengals Steelers. Bengals win 37-30. Chiefs Chargers. Chiefs win 30-27. And Monday night 49ers Cardinals. 49ers Bull win 38-10.
So how we feeling about this week, y'all? How
Feeling
we
good.
feeling?
Feeling good.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of kind of shocking, not really shocking.
Yeah, I
but
don't, it's a weird week, you know.
a lot of teams came out this week and proved their dominance in a way.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I
especially.
definitely a team that couldn't show their dominance. I'll say one thing: Lions beat the Giants in New York. Jamal Adams had 3 touchdowns. Just keep counting them up: 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
And Daniel Jones had 2 interceptions. And keep in mind, this is Daniel Jones' first interception since week 3.
Really?
That was his first
Wow.
interception since week 3. So
Maybe
I
just
mean,
off game. 2 picks.
I really do feel like the Lions came out and actually showed themselves and actually showed that all you have to do is really stop that run game. You can beat the Giants easily. I mean, how do you feel, Chris? I always tell you first. How you feel?
man, y'all know how I'm feeling. You know, we 6-5, 6-5, 6-5, and the Giants lost this week. Hey, I'll take it. I don't even care if the Cowboys won or Eagles won. Although Eagles should have lost. Eagles should have lost. Nick Sirianni, your team is exposed. Stop celebrating. You barely beat a team.
Exposing the Eagles.
Honestly, I mean, you know, we 6-5. We right there for a wild card spot. You know, we just, you know, need to see.
We might as well just run down the NFC
Yeah.
East. We'll move on to the Commanders now.
Well, real quick, I just want to say that Wendell Robinson picked up 100 yards, but tore his ACL, so that's sad to see for the rookie.
Wendell Robinson? Who is
He was a second-round pick for the Giants, wide receiver.
Oh, that's
That's
their
weird.
top receiver.
Yeah.
That's who. Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
We'll move on to another team in the NFC East. The Commanders proved that they're really blowing out the
Left
Texans,
hand
which-
up. Who are we? The Commanders.
Might beat the Texans.
Yeah, you look like Nick Sirianni right now, bro.
They beat them 23-10, and Taylor Heineke's been officially declared as the starter now, which I feel like a lot of fans kind of expected mid-season, but he's the starter for the rest of the season, and you possibly may not see Carson Wentz for the rest of the year.
Bye-bye, Carson.
Damn.
You know what I thought though? I thought when I saw that he named him after the game, it's cool for Heineke, but what I think he should have done is pulled Carson Wentz and Heineke aside and let them know.
Mhm.
And then I think he should have kept the rest of the team in the blue and announced it right before we went out on the field, because I think everybody would have rallied behind Heineke and we would have probably played.
What I
better.
don't like is, I think the issue with officially declaring Taylor Heineke as a starter is he said in a post interview that he feels like every game is his last game.
Yeah, so maybe
so
it's like-
it's constantly being paranoid, and he didn't really have a good game his first year. I mean, his first game actually starting.
Yeah.
So hopefully he picks things back up. They play against the Falcons next week.
I think what happened to Wentz is pretty similar to what happened to Jameis Winston this season as well, because Jameis gets hurt, and then he's not doing too good. Neither was Wentz.
He had like
And then they put in a new quarterback who's doing better than him. But once they come back from the injury, they still keep him on the bench.
Yeah.
And Jameis was vocally upset about that.
Yeah, he said.
He
What did
said
say in
that's
the
messed up.
post-interview?
You should never lose your job because of an injury.
Which that's happened. So
That's
many
football,
times.
man.
Drew
Yeah.
Bledsoe,
That's just how it
Tony
is.
Romo. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he's salty, which is fair, but it's also just kind of like you got to play
Play
the hot
better.
hand, bro.
Yeah,
Play
seriously.
better.
Bro's complaining. He's
But I
kinda-
think
he's
the
kinda
difference
He's
between-
washed, bro. No cap.
The difference between Heineke, he's been getting them wins. It's not like Andy Dalton has even been getting the Saints wins.
Yeah, but they just beat the
They,
Rams.
yeah,
The
he did
Rams.
give them a nice
But the
win.
Rams are some
It's
trash,
that
man.
D-line,
Yeah,
though. I
that's
really
true.
feel like that's keeping. It's just the thing about the Commanders is I've realized about other teams is that chemistry is really good.
yeah.
Unlike a lot of teams, I mean the players are rallying against Taylor Heineke.
Mm.
The coach is keeping it together.
Mm.
I mean, besides Dan Snyder being a crappy owner, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can.
And I mean,
think
you
of.
look at the team. I'm sure a lot of other teams have had people in pieces who have been together for a while. But if you look at Commanders, there's not been a lot of blockbuster trades and things like that. It's a lot of the same core group. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I feel like everyone's there has the same mentality. So
Yeah.
hopefully some good things will come.
Moving on from the Commanders in a shocking game after the Vikings beat the Bills in Buffalo, the Cowboys whoop the Vikings in Minnesota. Not a lot of, I mean, maybe some people had the Cowboys winning, but not a lot of people had them winning by 43.
Especially after beating the Commanders, and then didn't the Vikings just beat the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even
So
the
it's
Bills,
crazy
I
to
mean,
come off two big
barely.
wins like that. And
So you're telling me the Vikings went from game
Total
of
humble,
the
bro.
year.
Totally humble.
The
Yeah.
Vikings went from game of the year to blowout of the year.
yeah, they literally went from game of the
That
year
is
to
a
being
blowout, yeah.
switched off of the air.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In Minnesota.
That is insane.
In
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, that's wild.
I
It's
mean,
funny
that's-
to say now. Vikings are, I think they're 8-2, and they have a negative 2-point differential on the season. Wow.
Bruh.
Really?
Yeah. After this Cowboys game, because all their wins have been so
So
close.
low?
you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, was that all the NFC East games right there?
No,
Oh,
the
I mean, the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean,
but-
what's entertaining about the Eagles being the Colts?
Yeah,
I mean, they
literally.
eked out a win.
I mean, John.
I take a nice nap while the Eagles, celebrate and whatever. Yeah, y'all beat a trash Colts team. Wake me up when y'all actually face a good team and beat them.
Oh, so what are you saying? They could have beat the Commanders?
What? Yeah, I'm saying they couldn't beat the Commanders because they just got whooped by the Commanders.
I mean, well, Jonathan Taylor continues to perform better than he was earlier, so that's one thing.
yeah. Speaking of a whooping, the Bills. I'm gonna move on to AFC East.
Yeah.
The Bills get a good win after losing 2 games in a row in Detroit against the Browns. They will be in Detroit again next week against the Lions for Thanksgiving. Actually, this week.
Minus well
This is a
just-
good awakening for the Bills.
The Bills might as well just stay in Detroit the whole week.
Yeah.
I think they said they weren't going to do that. I was wondering that too. I was like, are we just going to stay in?
I mean, you might as well because what's the point of traveling there, going back to
Yeah, that's
Buffalo,
actually a
and
good
then
point,
just going
yeah.
back to Detroit?
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
But my favorite game of this week, in my opinion, even though it was actually super boring, 3-3 the game. Patriots beat the Jets in a last-second punt return for the first time.
Mhm.
First time a game has been decided with a punt return since Deshaun Jackson in 2010.
There should have been a block in the back though on New England.
There should have been a face mask against the Eagles.
Yeah,
I
mean,
did
it's
see
the
that. The
NFL.
block in the back.
Yeah.
People were talking about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, the Bills, Bills
But
been
at the
mad,
end,
bro.
I mean, even if there was, they called the block in the back, they were in field goal
Yeah,
range.
you're gonna set
and there
up a
was like
field
5
goal
seconds
right
left to
there,
play.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw, because I didn't watch the game, but when I saw on Instagram the punt return to win it, I mean, I was shocked because I know Eric actually had the Patriots as his sleeper team last week, so that's a good pick. But I was not thinking that. I was thinking that the Patriots were honestly just going to
In New
continue to
York, too.
lose. And we were even talking about, I think I had the Jets or somebody had the Jets as their underrated team.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that, I don't know, it's just wild that happened.
No,
Belichick owns Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
And he
wanna-
will forever.
Y'all want to hear a crazy fact about the Jets?
Yeah.
If they had won this past Sunday, they would have been in first place of the AFC East.
Really?
And now they're in
Wow.
last.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro.
A punt
They're
return,
last
a punt
now?
return put them from first to last.
Wow.
Basically.
Hey, look, you got to fire the punter,
Yeah, the
bro.
Jets have moved down to the, what you said, AC now?
Yeah.
Or now
they're-
the AC.
And they got knocked out the playoffs.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Completely.
Wait, they're not out of the playoffs?
I mean, not like officially, but like.
But as of right now.
As of right now, yeah,
they're
Hey,
out of the playoffs.
But y'all want to know something even more crazier? Have y'all seen the post on Instagram from NFL on Fox where the kid flipped the coin and predicted the Jets season? Yeah, that's what's even more crazier. And he has them losing to the Bears this week and then just going on a win streak.
It's
It's like
like that Jets kid that eats like ice
Yeah.
cream. Out there.
Yeah.
He ain't getting no ice cream this week.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, I'm trying to think of really another
Well,
good
actually,
game.
I have one thing to say about Zach Wilson. Did you see that he got asked, do you feel like the offense let the defense down today? He literally just said no. And everyone was mad at him. There was 2 players, Sauce Gardner. on
Yeah,
the
I was
Jets.
thinking about
He
him.
liked a tweet that was like hating on Zach Wilson, and so did one of their other defenders. I can't remember his name. Two players on the Jets defense liking tweets hating on Zach Wilson, and then they both had to make statements being like, "I didn't mean to like it."
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Bro,
gonna...
Zach Wilson probably texted him the unlucky.
Yo, bro, are you serious right
It's
now?
probably the head coach like, "It's okay, he'll be gone next year."
First of all, Zach Wilson's my most hated player in the NFL.
I don't
Really?
like him
He's-
either.
Like since the off season, he was a jerk. I don't want to say
Really?
anything bad again, but like he has been like a complete.
And now he's not taking accountability when he's obviously letting his team down.
Yeah, seriously.
Did he
Yeah.
play terrible? I didn't know.
He had 9 completions, and the Jets had 10 punts.
Dang, 10
9
punts.
completions for a whole game?
More punts than completions is insane.
I mean, that's probably definitely going to start some chemistry issues in the locker room. So I doubt you'll
And
see
they
him winning.
announced that there's no guarantee he's going to be the starter for their next game.
I did
They
hear
might put in
something
Joe
about
Flacco.
that.
Joe Flacco. Well, he was doing good. Remember at the beginning of
Yeah,
the year when we were
yeah,
talking
Yeah,
about?
he
Flacco
was
was
on
balling.
fire, bro.
Yeah,
Old man
dude.
on fire, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of weak performances by a quarterback, I want to talk about the Ravens against the Panthers. 2 weak performances by 2 quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield started his game again. I mean, the Panthers keep flipping back where they want to start. Baker Mayfield went 21, 33, 196 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
He threw the 2
And-
picks at the end
Yeah.
of the game.
Lamar Jackson went 24, 33, 209 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Well, he had a rushing touchdown. That is one thing.
Okay, well, he had a rushing touchdown. He had 31 yards rushing in 11
Which
carries.
isn't even compared to what he normally probably could pick up. That's not a whole lot.
I mean, this division is so weird because I feel like personally, I don't know if I'm biased. I don't really like the Ravens. I've always hated them.
Man, come on.
I don't feel like the Ravens should be in first place. I truly feel like the Bengals are the better team in that division.
Yeah, and that's funny because it started off the opposite way. Where
Yeah.
it started off where the Ravens had such a good start with Lamar, and everybody was playing out of their mind. And I feel like it kind of just switched. You know?
Right. But with the Bengals losing, like they just lose random games. I swear.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
lost against the Browns on Halloween. It looks like they beat the Dolphins. They beat a team like the Dolphins and then lose by like a field goal against the Ravens.
Yeah.
So like this team makes no sense half the
I
time.
think Bengals with Jamar are better than the Ravens.
Yeah.
But without, it's definitely close.
Well,
I can see an argument for either side.
The issue is the Bengals never do anything every offseason. Like they just keep the same team every year. It feels
Yeah.
like.
I mean, you make it to the Super Bowl, you might as well try and run it back. And they were like one of the youngest Super Bowl teams, so you might as well
It
just
makes sense.
run it
Yeah.
back.
And it makes sense because if they're young, it makes sense that it takes them some games to get into their stride. And like Eric said, the Ravens did beat them earlier in the season, but it was a really close game, which kind of is kind of like
it's
what we're
just-
saying
it's
right
just
now.
weird right now. I do
Yeah.
think the Bengals are going to make the playoffs. So speaking of a Super Bowl team, the Saints beat the Rams, and the Rams are looking like one of the most disappointing post Super Bowl teams in the NFL.
Ever.
Ever. Yeah.
The
Ever
Rams
possibly.
make me want to fall asleep. That's how bad
What is
they
the
are.
Rams' record right now?
Let's see. 4-7, 3-7.
3-7.
3
They're
and
3-7.
7.
Yep. And they got some hard games coming up, I think.
Damn.
That's how
That's
you know they
bad.
just suck. That's
That
how
is
you know
bad.
last year was they just got lucky and was a fluke.
I mean,
Last year.
I think their team if they had their same team this year, they'd probably still be good. But they did lose like Von Miller, OBJ, like a
Yeah, but
bunch of
if you're a
guys,
Super
yeah.
Bowl team, even if you lose
Actually,
some key
if you
players,
keep the main core, you should be able.
Yeah.
to
Mm.
Speaking of OBJ, he's visiting the Giants and Cowboys. How do you
Yeah,
think
I
this
heard
is
about that.
God,
yeah.
that's scary.
I mean, who you got?
oh, no, God, that is scary.
Yo, OBJ's washed. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I don't think-
Personally,
What?
He's not that good.
Yeah, he's
Cooper
overrated,
Kupp
bro.
carried
He had a
that team
touchdown
last
in
year.
the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Bro, he had a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So did like Nick Foles caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good point, bro.
but-
Yeah.
I mean, nah, I think he was a big help to that Rams team making the Super Bowl. I don't know if they would have made the Super Bowl without him.
I think he's all right. No, I just
I
think
feel
I
like
think he's
maybe
an,
without
I
I
think
still
the
think he
Rams,
can
he
be a
would-
big plus to a team.
I think
is
he's a
what
good
I'll say.
receiver. I don't think he's
I'm thinking.
He's
Personally,
not the
if
same guy
Cowboys
to
would be
catch.
crazy. Giants, I don't feel like they work. It's
I'm
Daniel
thinking-
Jones and
Yeah,
Giants.
he's not gonna get. I think if he goes to the Giants, he's probably gonna be a cancer in the locker room just because he's not gonna get the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm thinking that he goes to Kansas City. With
think?
Mahomes.
Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas
I mean, if he
City.
wants to win, that's where he should go.
He would've
Yeah.
known Super
And
Bowl
I
win.
mean, that's not a bad take because
He just come back to torch y'all.
Juju got hurt.
Juju got hurt.
Yeah.
Cole Hardman got hurt.
And they
Those
got
are like two
Kadarius
of their top
Toney
receivers.
too.
Yeah, and Tony
He got hurt.
He
Yeah.
got
Tony got hurt.
He got hurt in the game.
You know what also wouldn't be a bad fit for him? Him and Justin Herbert going to the Chargers. I mean, I know the Chargers.
Hey, I am so mad at the Chargers lost against the Chiefs. I'm salty as
Hey,
hell.
look.
Because I love the Chargers. I love Justin Herbert. He's like one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's cool,
in the
man.
NFL. And
It's
just to see him every time they play against the Chiefs in LA, it ends like
His
this.
defense. So
Kelsey touchdown.
I
Same
mean,
thing.
I
Same
just
thing.
like
Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelsey.
Yes, I know it is. Pat Mahomes.
I just
What you
don't-
expect?
What-
Pat Mahomes pisses me off so much when I watch him.
the Chargers don't have a great defense by any means, but even teams like the Bills who have great defenses, what do you do against the Chiefs, bro? What do you
I don't
do?
know what you do in that
Like,
situation.
literally.
Because
You
they
do
get the
what-
ball.
You
You
have to
give
get
them 2
lucky.
minutes left.
Yeah.
They're going to
Look,
win the game no
look.
matter what it feels like.
This is what you do against Kansas City. Do what Tampa Bay did in the Super Bowl. Put
Going-
two people,
Oh, he's going
Bullshit,
tactical,
bro.
boys.
put two people on each wide receiver, running back,
So you,
and tight
so you
end.
play football.
Defensive
Yeah, so that
coordinators
sounds
of
like
the
a-
NFL.
sounds like
Listen up.
football.
This guy
Yeah,
knows how to beat the
hey,
Chiefs.
you guys, come
This
on.
guy figured out how to beat the Chiefs offense.
New Bills coach, bro. They're gonna put it in for like OC during the playoffs.
I mean,
Maybe
that's
playoffs.
but I mean that's how Tampa Bay did it. So why
I think
can't anybody
Tampa
else?
Bay's mismatched their O line and D line in that Super Bowl. Mahomes was getting pressured on like
The
every single
AFC is
snap.
so crazy because like now you only have one bye week in the NFL. Like, who do you guys have
Mhm.
going the bye week in the AFC? Like, truthfully,
Who do I have? What?
like making the divisional bye or the wild card.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
oh,
only
oh.
one bye for the one
I'm
seed.
going
yeah.
Kansas City.
Yeah,
Huh?
Kansas City, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
feel
as of right now,
I would take Buffalo because that's my team, but our division is a lot harder than Kansas City.
Yeah.
you should be
yeah.
on top
That's
of your
that's
division.
A big thing too. 'cause
But
the
Josh
Chargers are
Allen
lit-
failed to
Bro,
beat the
Kansas
Dolphins
City's
and
division
Jets.
is a cakewalk, bro.
They got
This
the
is
Broncos,
terrible.
Raiders,
And what's
and
funny
the
is-
only hard team was the Chargers.
Before
Yeah.
the season, everyone thought this was going to be a like insanely good
That's
division.
a good storyline, bro.
Because, you
I
know,
didn't even think about
Broncos
that.
acquired Russ. Chargers were already a good team. They
Russell-
acquired
Raiders
so
with
many
Adams.
players,
Russell
and
Wilson
Raiders got
robbed the
Adams.
Broncos of $250 million.
Bro,
Speaking
we
of
should
the
t-
Broncos,
yeah,
they
we
just
should talk
released
about
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
which
they
is
just
way
released Melvin Gordon. See ya, man.
weird.
Yeah, they
They
should have.
They're trying to get some money now. Ever since paying that big
Yeah,
contract.
they should have
to
waived
Wilson.
Russell Wilson, bro. Jesus
I
Christ.
don't even know if you can get rid of him now. It's what, 5 years
It would
and
probably
like 200.
cost
them
Yeah,
$50
I was just. I mean, not seriously, but like, come on now, he's playing. You know
Give
what
up.
I mean?
Yeah.
I think they should. I don't know why they haven't fired their coach yet, in my opinion. Because if you hire an offensive coach and you get Russell Wilson and your offense is what
It's not
sucks,
good. Yeah.
it's like you can't just get rid of Russell Wilson, but you can definitely get rid of this.
Yeah, you can't get rid of one of
Trashy
them, so you
coach.
got to do the other.
But
you
this
know?
makes you storyline here.
Uh,
I know I said Geno Smith is the best quarterback in the NFC. That's my
The
hot
best?
take.
That's
It's been my hot
cap.
take for a while. But it makes you start to look. You realize something about Geno Smith. Who's his coach?
Pete Carroll.
that's what we were saying. Remember
It's
we
that
said
Pete
Russell
Carroll
Wilson about
magic.
Pete Carroll, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the issue, to be honest.
Pete Carroll, I think he's probably
Yeah,
the best coach in the league.
Geno
bro.
Smith before Pete Carroll, kind of doo doo.
Yeah.
So like when he was with when he's now with Pete Carroll, he's looking like
Geno
a superstar.
Smith has
man.
been balling, but I feel like people also don't take into consideration he has DK, Lockett, Ken
Yeah.
Walker,
That's
who's been an
true.
insane rookie,
Kenneth
That's
Walker.
true.
and their O line's been playing better than it ever was with Russ, at least for the past couple years.
Mhm.
Maybe they like him better.
I mean, if
Yeah,
Russ
probably.
would have stayed this year,
Well, the thing is, there
He
was
could've-
drama about Russ.
they probably would have been.
Yeah,
doing
there was
better.
some stuff going on
There was
last year.
some. Apparently, the receivers didn't like Russ.
Yeah, his teammates
Really?
didn't like him.
because he was super cocky or close with Pete Carroll or something.
I
like
heard that if his
Yeah, I heard
teammates
he was
wanted to
super
talk to
close.
him, they'd have to talk to his agent first,
Seriously?
Right.
which
That's
is just
insane.
like
That's
so pretentious.
Hey, I mean, what do I say after every Broncos loss?
Broncos
Yeah, bro, I
country.
mean, let's
Ride.
ride.
I mean, speaking of another team, I'll talk about the other team that beat the Broncos, the Raiders.
Mm.
You mean the
Wait, why
trash
don't you talk about
Raiders?
them?
The
Derek
trash
Carr was
Raiders?
crying last week. I mean, they finally got a win. There's not really much to talk with this team.
It's,
Was
it's,
they 4-7?
3-7.
it's funny that it's funny because at the beginning of the year, we probably would have maybe thought that the Raiders and the Chargers are in the who am I thinking of?
Chiefs.
In the
Broncos?
who won the Super Bowl last year?
Rams.
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 Rams. It probably wouldn't be crazy to say maybe the Raiders and Rams would have a similar record,
Yeah.
but not like where it is. You know what I mean?
I mean, they got a similar record right now.
I think
Yeah, at 3-7.
Raiders are another team to me. I think should fire their head coach
Oh,
before
yeah.
the next
That's
He's a-
that'd
season.
be
he's
second
a-
year in a row they
He's
fired
an
their head coach.
idiot.
Yeah.
Third, actually, because they've had 3 coaches in the last
Really?
couple of years.
Well, I mean, whatever happened with
John
the
Gruden racist.
yeah, for real, yes. And then missing the guy who got in the car accident or was driving
Henry
really fast.
Ruggs. Yeah,
That's a
Ruggs.
big hit because he was
Mhm.
fast, man. He
But they
was,
got Devontae Adams, and they ain't doing anything.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And they got what's his name, the white dude,
Renfro.
Renfro. Yeah.
Renfro's been mid.
And they got Darren Walker, right?
I mean, and Derek Carr is not even a terrible
And they
quarterback.
got Josh Jacobs, which I haven't heard from.
I
since,
mean,
like,
they have a lot of
2018.
offensive.
Josh
weapons.
Jacobs, he's like the 4th best running back in the league.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's been
dude.
popping up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't sleep.
Look, I
But
know.
maybe it's Derek Carr. I really do think that might.
That's
be
what
the issue.
it has to be something, and it's not Josh Jacobs.
It's either
not,
coaching.
I think Carr is not the kind of guy. You put a lot of pieces around him, he can do good, but he's not the kind of guy who's gonna like elevate those
He's
pieces.
not. He's
you
not
know?
just a guy. If you really want to go for the Super Bowl, he's just not that level.
Yeah.
It says
like-
a lot. Or yeah,
if you really want to go for a Super Bowl, just get Tom Brady. You know.
I feel like that's how Jimmy G is.
you think so?
Like
Mhm.
good
Yeah.
team, he'll get you far, but
Mhm.
just short. He
Yeah,
just can't
well,
do it all.
The
way,
Niners
you
have
know?
a lot better coach and
Yeah.
everything and defense than the Raiders. That's why Jimmy G wins games.
Hey,
And-
look, I know I was just saying the Raiders were some trash, but Raiders, I need y'all to beat the Seahawks on Sunday.
I
So
was
that way,
begging.
so
Yeah.
that way, if we win, we have the 7 seed. Okay, please, for once in your life, help us out. You know, just help us out.
And bringing it back to Derek Carr a little bit, I think it says a lot that with less players like of that quality on his team, he does better than when he has players of that quality on his team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It kind of shows that he has that uplifting nature, but then once he's surrounded with more stars, I feel like he probably shrinks down and loses some
Yeah.
confidence. You know what I mean?
All right, we're start wrapping up week 12. If you guys want to talk about the Cardinals, I'm guessing probably not.
Nah,
Nah,
man.
man,
They
the
lost.
Cardinals
That's
are
all
That
you
was
need to
just a
know.
blowout.
Uh,
Niners weapons are looking like some of the best in the league.
We'll start going with our takes here. What's y'all's worst team in the NFL right now? We always start with this
So
one.
Texans.
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 I would say
Pretty
Panthers, but Panthers they'll win random games.
Yeah, yeah.
Best team in the NFL.
Best team, Kansas City.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Kansas City.
easy. Yeah, I'm a Bills fan, but I gotta say Kansas City.
Yo,
just 'cause-
Vikings. No, I'm playing.
I mean, Cowboys are up there too, though,
I was
yeah, they are.
because their defense is better than Kansas City.
I am stuck on either between Dolphins, Cowboys.
I've been saying
Chiefs.
Cowboys are not something to mess around with, bro.
But like when it comes to overall regular season, I'd say like something like the Dolphins. But when you actually get in the playoffs, the Chiefs are really the one who's gonna whoop someone.
Yeah, I don't see. And just talking about the Cowboys, I don't really see them going anywhere. In the
Yeah, right.
playoffs.
That's kind of how they are every
They
year.
do always sell.
Yeah.
Underrated team.
Underrated team.
49ers.
Okay. That's fair.
I feel like they've gotten their name out now.
Yeah, I was gonna
They're top
say.
10 now.
I was gonna say that's my only thing.
After
That I'm
this
thinking.
game, I think they're
6-4 is a good record. I don't think it's
For
under
me-
the
And
radar.
they got like Christian McCaffrey.
For me, no
Mhm.
bias. No bias at all. Washington.
I actually do feel like it's actually.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
that's no
Yeah.
bias. That's real.
I do feel like they're kind of underrated.
Yeah.
They literally are what 13 on power ranking, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I
they're up
think-
there.
Second week in a row, I'm gonna pick the Patriots as my underrated team.
That's a good pick.
Just
Yeah.
because it's just that it's either that for me or it's the Bengals. But these are just two teams that I've been quietly doing well, just like the Commanders.
Mhm.
Quietly just been doing well, and they're kind of creeping up back in that playoff run. So no one's really talking about it. You got one, Matt?
My underrated team is the Chargers because right now on this power ranking I'm looking at, they're 17, and I think now that they have Keenan back and Mike Williams, who I think he got hurt in that game, but if he comes back, their offense will be dominant just like it was last year. Their defense kind of sucks, but I mean that's whatever. They can still win games just based on how good their offense is, and I think people are sleeping on them. They could sneak into the playoffs over a team like the
Yeah, they
Jets,
can
the
make a walk easily.
Patriots. I think when they're fully healthy, they're better than the Jets. They're
Especially
better than
that
the Patriots.
Fully healthy is a big
They,
part of
they
this
do
team.
have to pass the Bengals, which I think the Bengals are good,
Might be hard.
and like the Ravens and a lot of these
It's a
teams.
hard AFC team.
Yeah,
And
there's a
it's
lot of good
hard
AFC.
dude.
The only reason I was thinking about not picking them is because the AFC is so tough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're only one game below like the Jets and the Bengals and the
Yeah.
Patriots. So
And I want to redo mine because I think it was kind of lame. I want to do. I think even though we were just talking
That's
smack,
not even a pick.
I'll say the Raiders. Yeah, have you done yours yet?
You said the underrated team was the Raiders,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just putting up 22 against Denver's defense says something to me.
but it was in overtime.
Night,
Was
night,
it?
night.
Yeah,
Okay, well that's something as well. But I just think 22 against the against the Broncos they have probably the best like coverage defense in the league.
It's a hot take.
Adams was
So-
owning Pat Surtain in that game.
Yeah, so that is a hot take, and they might not do anything the rest of the season. But that's just what I got.
Speaking of hot takes, for you guys who want to go with your hot takes, I got a great one.
What's up?
What is it?
I do feel like the Giants are gonna complete the season last in the NFC
Last in the
East.
NFC East.
I
agree.
do feel like that, like strongly. Seeing that, I actually don't know if you want to go with that. Seeing that schedule, the next couple of games,
Mhm.
and then seeing the Commanders moving up, Cowboys doing well,
Mhm.
Eagles kind of falling, but like,
They're still gonna beat the Giants. though.
yeah, I feel like it's just like the Giants from the start of the season and the midseason. I kind of just realized they're not that it. Like when they actually played an NFC powerhouse like the Seahawks, they couldn't even like compete. So like
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is what I.
All right, my hot take for this week. Let's see.
Yo, got it.
You know, I'm gonna say Sunday night, Green Bay versus Philly.
Oh man.
Aaron Rodgers goes into Philly. and beats on the Eagles.
Really? That's a good hot take.
Yes.
That is a good hot take because I think Eagles' run defense has been struggling,
Yes, it
and
has.
Packers
Aaron
got
Jones.
Jones and Dillon. It's a good combo. Something could happen.
Yeah, and if they're focusing on run defense this week in practice, they got Christian Watson who can blaze them. So,
Yep.
and I'll say for my hot take, I think the Commanders have the best defense in the league right now.
Woo!
2 pick sixes
I
on
actually do
a
just-
bad
yeah, I
quarterback.
agree with
To be
that.
fair, but
I mean, top 3 defense go.
top 3.
I think they're a top 3 defense.
Yeah.
Who is the other 2 you guys think would at least be?
I think Broncos.
What? You're tripping.
They're
the
locked
Broncos
down.
have actually
They're
started
locked
this
down.
season actually pretty low
Broncos are
scores.
most
Scoring
definitely.
games.
Yeah.
Like if you actually pay attention to the stats and stuff, they've actually been doing pretty well.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think another defense I could think of might be the Cowboys.
Cowboys defense is
Yeah,
up there.
Cowboys
Yeah,
defense
Cowboys
is
is good. 49ers defense pretty good as well.
Yeah. So I definitely think top 5, top 3.
Yeah.
You got a hot take, Matt?
My hot take, I think Jets are gonna bench Zach Wilson for probably the rest of the season. If he has, they might start him this week, give him one last chance. But if he
Mhm.
does bad against the Bears,
Yeah.
he's done because they're trying to make a
That's
playoff
true.
push right now.
That's true.
if
I
you
was
don't-
about to say
Flacco
that's
is
a
better
fire
than
take,
Zach
but,
Wilson.
like that's
Yeah.
kind of
If he plays, another hot take I have.
Flacco just waiting, dude.
If he
Revenge tour, bro.
if Zach Wilson plays this week, I think he's getting benched for Joe Flacco in the middle of the game.
The thing about Joe Flacco, he's like
That could
he's
happen.
won a Super Bowl. He's like
Yeah, he's not someone
he's
to play
a
with.
trusted
man.
quarterback.
Yeah.
If you want to win, you can win with him.
He's
I'm
old,
sure.
but he can still sling it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Zach, and they're kind of like the same skill in a way.
hmm
Just like one's like more educated in the
Yeah,
brain.
yeah.
They have a lot of the same like tools. They can't. Neither of them have super strong arm.
Yeah.
Neither of them are super fast. I mean, Wilson's probably faster, but
Yeah.
neither of them are like.
And the only reason you're playing Zach Wilson is so he gets the education and can get better. But if he's not, then there's
I
no
gotta
reason.
If you're gonna
I
give
got-
up on him, you might as well give up sooner than later when you're trying to make a playoff push
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah.
I got a crazy take, man. Imagine Lamar Jackson to the Jets.
To the Jets.
What?
I mean, that's not insane.
That's
he probably
tough.
I
He
would
might
hate
want-
if that happened.
he might want to. New York's a popular destination, bro.
The Jets. Sorry.
Yeah, just being in
Yeah.
New York, people want to be there. So
And I think the Ravens have kind of done him dirty on his contract negotiations.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
I
you
don't.
know-
won an
I feel like he's
MVP,
not gonna
like,
be.
I
that
wouldn't.
good.
Actually, no, because I kind of hate Lamar.
But
But I mean, if he came to Washington,
that's what we were
it'd
saying
just
last
be
time.
interesting.
Lamar
nah,
to Washington.
nah. You know what I want to talk about? Tony Pollard or whatever. His
Oh,
name is.
yeah, that's a good one.
That running back for the Cowboys.
Can't believe we didn't bring that up.
Zeke's got to go. It's either that or
Mhm.
Tony. He's on his last year of his contract.
mhm.
He could be a fire free agent.
He's
for
either gonna get a
anyone.
bag in Dallas or they're gonna stick with
Either Zeke's gonna
Zeke.
go or
Yeah.
probably gonna stay. I
Yeah,
feel like in
something.
that situation. So Zeke's kind of. He's washed now.
Yeah,
'cause,
he's
I mean,
washed.
there's only,
I mean,
there's only
there's no sugarcoating,
running
he's
backs
washed.
only last so long, and you
Yeah.
just gotta move on. If you want to keep winning, I keep him in.
I think people take it as disrespect, but it's
Just
just how it
truth.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Score predictions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that
Yep.
now. Yeah, I think you actually got the games up, don't you?
Yes, I do. All right, so we're gonna start off with the AFC first. Bengals Titans.
Mm.
I got Bengals.
That's a close.
I'm
game.
going
I like-
Bengals.
I got the Bengals. I feel like the Bengals are overall a better team.
I don't know. I might take Tennessee.
Even though Tennessee
Depends if
favorite team,
Jamar-
a little bias right here.
Jamar is questionable to play in this game.
Oh,
and
and Jamar's out time too.
That's a big like
Loss.
difference maker. Obviously, you know, like that can.
He's the
decide.
best player on the field when he's on
I
there.
feel like
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's not like the Titans have any better receivers.
I mean, I just think Titans defense has been so good this year that if they don't have Jamar, Bengals offense could really.
I
struggle.
learned one thing: when Ryan Tannehill started, totally different team. When Malik's in,
I mean,
that's
Mal-
a completely different team.
yeah,
Yeah.
Malik's still kind of not really there
Yeah.
yet.
All right, here.
Bust.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
maybe.
I'm just saying.
Dolphins Texans. Dolphins.
Dolphins. That's
Dolphins.
not that close.
Yeah, I hope so.
Ravens Jaguars. Ravens.
Ravens.
If Lamar can step it up, Ravens, but the Jags, they
If
compete.
Lamar can't,
Jags are a
if
sleeper
Lamar
team.
plays the same way he did, I think
Yeah.
the Jags can actually pull.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Monday night. Colts Steelers.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game.
It's in
actually.
Indianapolis.
Colts.
I'm taking Colts.
Jeff Saturday wants to win. He's ready.
Yeah, I got Colts. I mean, after the loss of the Eagles, they're probably gonna go out there.
I'm gonna take Steelers. I just feel like if you look at
Okay,
these two
good.
teams, Mike Tomlin, legendary coach, Jeff Saturday. I'm just taking the Steelers just based on
Yeah,
that.
it's
That's,
only
that's
good.
my only reason.
I guess.
And I
that's
mean, Steelers offense kind of sucks, but
Jeff Saturday probably got some Madden plays, man.
Yeah, he probably
Probably.
does.
All right.
Literally.
Now moving to the AFC versus NFC, starting with the early game on Thanksgiving. Bills Lions. I'm going Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Bills.
Yeah, I'll
Bills
say
Mafia.
What's the Lions
Gonna
on
light 'em up.
Thanksgiving, bro?
I say Bills, but I think it'll be cool if the Lions pull off an upset.
It'd be
Alright.
cool.
Ooh.
Matt,
I said it'd be cool.
Had to
Yeah,
do
it'd
it
be
with
cool
Matt
if the
here.
Falcons beat the
Had to do
Commanders.
it. Nah, no, that would not be cool though.
All right, now
That's
the Thursday night game, Vikings Patriots. I'm going Vikings.
Vikings.
I think
Patriots.
that's-
Patriots.
Yeah.
Patriots gonna.
Because
That's
their defense
close.
is
Pulled
up.
up.
closer than the
man.
record shows. I don't know.
Patriots
I-
gotta win these games, man.
Yeah.
that's
I think I'm gonna take Vikings. I just think Vikings have more talented
They're a little
players.
sad after last game, so they're like gonna be sad this game. Too.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
Alright.
Patriots know how to close out close
Yeah.
games.
Bill Belichick, man. I'm just saying.
Jets Jets Bears. I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah, I'm
Taking
gonna
the
take the Jets.
Jets, Bears,
Yeah.
I
Jets.
got the Bears, dude.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I feel like the Bears like to just win games randomly.
Yeah,
It's
they
It's not a
see
horrible
that.
take. I mean, Zach
Peyton,
Wilson's been
I'm
sucking.
sorry if you're listening to this.
Peyton.
We all, well, except for Eric, we all took the Jets.
Yeah, we got you, man. Oh no, we don't got you. Obviously.
All right, Broncos Panthers. I'm going Broncos.
I think Broncos too. I
Yeah.
think whoever's
Toilet
starting
bowl.
whoever's starting quarterback for the Panthers is just
Yeah.
not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Bucks Browns.
Yo, I
Wait,
got
hold
the
on, hold
Panthers,
on.
bro.
Oh, my bad, my
I got
bad, I
the
forgot.
Panthers. I really do feel like the Broncos are that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
their
mean,
defense is
that's-
keeping them in games.
that's the only thing is
It's-
like their
your
defense is so
can
good,
be as
bro.
We've learned this from Carson Wentz. Your defense can be
Yeah.
amazing, but if
Mhm.
your offense can't score, you ain't gonna win.
That's
Yeah.
true,
I mean,
yeah.
who's scoring on the Panthers though? They got Baker,
DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, Bucks Browns. I'm going Bucks.
Bucks.
Well, I
I'm
don't
feeling
know.
crazy this week. Man.
Deshaun
Browns.
Watson. Yeah, I'll say Browns because Deshaun Watson is first week back.
He's not playing against.
Oh, he's not
fucking-
playing?
Nah,
Thought he was.
his first game back is the Texans.
Oh, okay. I got
Oh,
the
then,
Bucks.
yeah, I got Bucks then.
Raiders Seahawks. I'm
I
going-
could see that being an
I
upset.
could see the
but
Raiders.
I'm not gonna.
winning.
I
Seahawks.
could
do
see
think
the Raiders winning,
Seahawks,
but I'm
like,
going
need to low-key win a
Seahawks.
game,
Seahawks.
like, badly.
I'm gonna take Seahawks.
You got one of the best
Seahawks-
coaches in the
Seahawks
league
all
versus probably the worst coach in the league.
Chargers Cardinals. I'm taking Chargers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chargers.
Chargers need to win.
Especially if Kyler doesn't play.
Yeah,
Even
they
if
pissed
Kyler
off-
does
they
play, I'm
pissed off
taking
after that Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Chiefs Rams. I'm going Chiefs.
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 Yeah.
Easy. That's an
Pretty
easy
easy.
game, which is
Pretty
crazy that it, you know what I mean?
Now switching over to the NFC versus NFC side. With the Thanksgiving game at 4:30 on Thursday. Cowboys or Giants?
Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys are just better
Giants
team,
are
man.
on a downward
This
trend.
is where it
Cowboys
starts.
are going up.
This is where it starts. The Giants' fall is happening now. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. On
Mhm.
Thursday, you will begin the Giants' fall.
Yeah, I could see that being a blowout.
Especially coming off the last game.
in Dallas too.
Yeah.
Falcons or Commanders?
Commanders.
Commanders.
Let's-
Commanders
hey,
gotta win the game.
if you
Come
pick
on, man.
anybody but Commanders on this
trash.
podcast, you're not on the podcast.
You kicked out
I'm
of
just
the
saying, bro.
podcast.
That's how it is,
I'm
man.
taking Commanders.
Yeah,
Falcons,
you
I
are
mean,
taking Commanders.
No Kyle
bro.
Pitts. All they do is run the ball, and y'all got Chase Young back, who is just only going to make your run defense better. It's
Yeah.
already been good. It's only going to make it better. And y'all have been running the ball pretty well, and Falcons' defense is trash.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson been great.
49ers Saints.
I'm taking Niners.
Yeah,
I'm
Niners.
taking
Saints are pretty
Niners.
trash.
Saints are disappointing. I thought they'd be good this
Yeah.
year.
Me too.
Tyrann Matthew.
Tyrann
For
Matthew,
real.
Jarvis
Forgot about
Landry,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah Jarvis Landry
Alright.
has been so
Alvin
mid.
Kamara.
bro.
Like, what is going on?
Sunday night Packers versus Eagles. I'm taking Packers.
That's not a bad pick.
I
but
can
I'm going
low
to take the
key see
Eagles.
the Packers.
I'll take Packers.
I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think, but I'm still going to take Eagles.
Mr. Sheehy, if you're listening to this, we all took the Packers, but
Yeah.
you never know.
Aaron Rodgers used the cold, bro, so I think he'll be
Yeah.
straight.
I got Packers.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
You know, they can't even make the playoffs anymore. I think.
Yeah.
They can?
No, they can.
Packers
They're
can.
still
4-7?
eligible to.
5-7.
I
They're
don't-
4-7.
They're probably
So
not
it's
going to
not-
win their division, but they could still
Because
sneak
they
in a
really
wild
try.
card.
Yeah, we'll see though.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
you
I'm
wanna
saying,
wrap it up,
yeah,
Sam?
yeah. Well, guess that's it for week 12, guys.
Yep.
So,
All right.
Hey, a big thanks to Matt Weil for coming on a
Bills
podcast.
fan, bro. Let me clap it up.
Yeah.
Federal fan.
Matthew Paul Weil on a podcast.
My whole
Bro, so
government
we can
name,
own
bro.
it. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to Inside the Play. I'm with
Chris Knox.
Aiden Marvashti.
You already know.
and Eric Stanley. Make sure to sub to us on YouTube. Check out SHS Pubs and see you guys.